Hello, my name is Lee, the wannabe net idol, and I got ready to film an entire other video, and I started doing it, and then I realized that the story was really long, and I didn't want to do that, but I wanted to film a video tonight because I got all set up, and I didn't want to, I don't know, I didn't want to just like toss the idea of filming a night video, so instead I'm going to tell the story about how I almost got arrested over a bag of potato chips. So when I was younger, I went to a daycare and daycare. I went to a daycare, as you do when you're younger, at the ant farm for children, where they set you. I almost said set you ablaze, but I meant to say set you free in a school building or portable, and they give you some set activities to do, and they make you do your homework. You know what a daycare is. Why the fuck am I explaining this to you? What? Or are you from Planet No Daycare? What the fuck? Anyway, so I went to a daycare when I was a wee kitten, and they made me go to daycare even though I was a cat, and that's probably, you know, part of the reason. That's partially where this went wrong. Anyway, so it was a half day, which means that we got out of school at noon, and then everybody's parents who worked had to scramble their way to figure out to somebody to watch their like little children so they don't go home and then stick their fingers in electrical sockets or like whatever parents think that their kids do when they're like gonna leave them home alone. I don't know. I don't really know very much about what kids do when they're like left home alone, especially not me, because when I was a kid and left home alone, I'd probably just want to read. But maybe other kids like doing magic tricks with the oven, and that's just not a hobby that I ever picked up on. But if you like doing magic tricks with the oven, then that's cool. Anyway, one of the they aren't teachers. I guess they're more like camp counselors. They had a bag of potato chips. I think it was Lay's sour cream and onion, or maybe it was barbecue, and it was a full bag. And now in the middle school, an entire bag of chips is very coveted. It's like a holy item. It's just like bars of gold. It's you know you can't you the It's a whole bag of chips. It's not one of those little tiny bags that you get no. No, it's a whole bag. It's filled with chips, and this is this is partially air, but it's more chips than a little bag of chips, and that's what's important. So this daycare attendant, she had this bag of chips, and I don't know what was going on at all, but like somebody at some point was being really rowdy, and everybody had a and so they were already mad, and I think everybody had to put their heads down or whatever. Yes, that's what it was. Yes, we were getting rowdy, and everybody had to go to silent time. Everybody had to put their heads down and go to Medieval Torture Junior and be silent and be still and be obedient. And we all had to put our heads down and be in the dark and be silent for the rest of the day, which is a very, I guess, I don't know. Maybe one of them just had a headache or something. Well, what can I say? I'm not a daycare attendant. I mean, I actually was a camp counselor for a while, but it didn't last very long, and it did stress me out immensely. So I did not eat this bag of chips. I did not eat this bag of chips. And this bag of chips was sitting, I think it was sitting on the teacher's desk or something, and somebody had snatched it. Somebody used their greasy little pizza fingers, and they snatched these chips, and they snatched them away. And this is like a crime of the century. This was Mission Impossible potato. It's The chips are gone. Okay, and that's so important. Um, in the grand scheme of middle school. So the chips are gone. Somebody had, and then the bag is discovered. Somebody ate them. So I was not privy to whoever ate the chips because I did not eat the chips. And my friend who was with me, well, she's more of an acquaintance, I would say, because you go to school and you have friends, but then you go to wellness. You're me. I didn't have friends until fifth grade. And then I made my one friend, and I'm still friends with her. Anyway, back to the potato chips. We were writing notes to each other while we had our heads down because, we were in middle school and we were just doodling like, like those, like the flip notes with like the stick figures where they like, YouTube's gonna like, I don't know, maybe I'll, uh, maybe they'll all get blasted for that. A beam just comes down and blasts me, and fall apart. Anyway, these potato chips are gone, and this is the last straw for this daycare attendant. And she loses her goddamn marbles because I guess these potato chips are maybe like her family is starving, and then she was going to feed each of her 24 goldfish one potato chip before this night, and those goldfish were her children, and each of those potato chips were their only food, and they weren't getting dinner tonight, and she was gonna have to go home, and she was gonna have to tell her goldfish that they weren't getting their individual potato chip. And so she told the school, and she told the school principal, and the school principal took this very seriously for some reason, because not for some reason. I mean, this is a full bag of chips in a middle school, right? That's like the crown jewels. That's like someone that's like shoving the Mona Lisa under your shirt and like waddling out of the Louvre with it. Okay, that's like that's high tier crime. That's a heist. So this is all the way up to the principal, right? We're going president middle school, and we really should have gotten the spy kids involved. We really should have called the FBI spy kids and gotten them involved in this, because it was kind of a high crime. You see, a full bag of potato chips in middle school, and so the notes that my friend and I were passing to each other had been recovered from the trash can, and it, just in case they would unearth any kind of answer as to who ate the delicious greasy potato snacks. Did I do it? No. I mean, I don't think I can eat a whole bag of potato chips. So I honestly, and I don't really, but I don't know. What do anime girls get profiled for? Uh, 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 that thing? Yeah, doing that. I don't know. Fuck it. So these notes, they come out. They're unearthed. They Indiana Jones them out of the trash can, and they blow the dust off of them, and they see the little tiny like flip note stick figures with a gun, and they call us into the office, and I did not draw any with a gun, not because I have any kind of moral responsibility to the school where I am going to be. I don't know. I don't hold myself to higher standards at all. But because the stick figure with the gun was in her handwriting, they cuffed her and read her Miranda rights. And I want to circle back to how this was about potato chips. Like, I understand, and in the context of the stick figure with the gun said, "I'm so bored, I could commit sewer slide. I could Kermit sewer slide." I fucking hate saying that, but anyway, she didn't go to jail. Uh, over the chips. I don't know if they. I literally don't know what happened after. Like, she went back. She went back to school. I think she had to go to court. Dude, fucking gamers. Bye. I love you.